I'm Shirakawa from ohe Transport. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. At the end of last year, a driver got injured, and there was talk about them not being able to return as a driver, right?
Yes.
That person has now returned to work in a different role, an office job since September 2025, right?
Yes.
Does that kind of thing happen often?
Well, injuries are part of being a driver, and it's a job where you're away from home. If you're single, there might be fewer reasons to change. But once you have a family, things happen with the kids, or circumstances arise, like a wife's illness or caring for parents. There are various times when you might have to consider a career change. So, for quite a while now, even in Shizunai or the surrounding areas, I know people running transport companies with succession issues like dump truck businesses where you can go home every day. With driving skills, it's relatively easy to get in. They already have the technical ability. In that sense, I've taken over companies that specifically offer employment opportunities, jobs where you can return home daily. I've always really wanted to create a dependable safety net for future retirees, or for those people who might need to switch to day trip work because of their own personal circumstances.
Have there actually been cases where you've made such introductions?
Yes, especially if I hear they need people, and for someone I'd be proud to recommend anywhere. The more reliable the person is, the more strongly I can say, please give them a chance.
So you're always preparing places that can serve as a safety net with the employees in mind.
That's right. It's about the right person in the right place. Everyone comes to us with different backgrounds. The range of specialized skills might be limited in terms of what they do as our drivers. But even then, there's maintenance skills and knowledge. The vehicle itself and the electrical systems are different things. You can't work on the electrics without knowing how the circuits work.
This person was originally a driver, but due to that injury, he couldn't drive anymore. Since he couldn't stay on the front lines, you created a new position, right?
Yes. Well, I was already thinking about new safety nets anyway. I even took over a company for that purpose. After all, retirement is something you can see coming.
Like how many years are left?
Yes. You can work as long as your physical strength lasts, by making use of each person's individual strengths. By having them help out, we can distribute the burden on those currently active on the front lines. Or rather, I want to keep creating positions where they can provide support. I knew this was coming, but it was a bit critical, or should I say...
He's still, only in his 40s.
He hasn't even reached that yet.
Right, so he's had a career as a driver for about 20 years.
That's right. Before joining us, he worked at a breeding farm.
I see.
He got his heavy vehicle license at 21, the earliest possible.
Mm-hmm.
He started on site right away and worked for us for a long time as a lead. So he spent most of his professional life as a driver for ohe Transport. Well, he became unable to drive. He injured his leg, so operating the clutch, it's not that he can't drive at all, but...
Right, I see.
He's very stoic and felt that with his current level of control, he felt strongly that he couldn't drive while transporting horses.
I see. Let me think for a moment.
He could probably handle general cargo without any issues, but he just couldn't accept that for himself.
Oh, within himself. I understand.
So, because of that serious injury, he really felt like he could never work as a driver again in his life. It was like his future suddenly went pitch black,
Yes, exactly.
So my thought was that since he had worked so very hard for all of us, I really felt that I needed to do something. Since it happened while he was on the job, I carefully considered all of his potential, his background, his personality, and his way of thinking. Actually, suggestions from other drivers came first. The first thing I heard was, please don't let him go.
Right, okay.
I told them, don't worry. I really have absolutely no intention of letting him go. I'm quite sure that there is a role somewhere where we can definitely use his skills.
Mm-hmm.
He also had various suggestions, and as we both thought it over, he'd say, I want to do this, or I think I can do that. Through his suggestions, we realized, oh, you're right, you can do this. As we talked, possibilities expanded. Like, with his personality and field knowledge, he can do this. He's a person with a very strong sense of responsibility.
Yes, that's clear from talking to him.
He's the type who wants to be very thorough about compliance and regulations.
You've understood him well.
Yes, I thought he'd be perfect for something like operations management. Also maintenance management. He can work on cars and has the knowledge.
Plus, he can communicate well with the other drivers.
Ah, that's true.
For me, actually, when I want to interview drivers or something important, he really acts as a bridge, which has made a huge difference.
Right. In many ways, things are expanding. Our approach might be unique, but everything is starting to connect now.
Yes.
Because of him, the reality on the ground and our vision are linked perfectly. He's like the gears, the lubricant,
Like,
the story.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
The training for new recruits that Mr. Takura used to do is getting too tough for him now. He's driven new cars, even the latest models, and the way they handle is different. So he can teach that new knowledge, and he volunteered for that himself. Right now, he's like a sponge, soaking everything up. He knows absolutely nothing besides driving. Since this is his time to learn, I'm going to keep giving him more. It's okay to go out and get information yourself, to go and study. That's just how we do things here. So I want him to internalize the idea of constantly learning and growing right away, and to experience a new environment and interact with people. It's a job where it's hard to find time to meet people in your private life, so your world inevitably gets smaller.
I really do feel that too, you know?
As for how these new global technologies will link to our current and future work, well, for the most part, they won't. But even so, by looking ahead and gathering information,
Yeah, sure.
then we can see how to use it for everyone's benefit. If this technology is emerging now and moving at this pace, then maybe in a few years we can do this. If the cost is this much right now, I want him to be able to really think about what the cost will be then in the future, and also consider what kind of technology we might be able to adopt at that time.
Right.
He's probably going through a major turning point right now, a setback that could even change his personality. He's full of motivation, wanting to grow and learn, probably thinking he shouldn't be here if he doesn't. That's why he must want to gain the skills to back everyone else up and feel confident in himself as soon as possible. So I think it's about how quickly we can provide high-quality info, knowledge, and experience while he's in this sponge-like state.
Yeah. So that's what you're always thinking about.
Yes, his case is really critical, but
Yes.
you never know what might happen. We need a safety net. Since we know his character and he understands the company, if someone says they can't do long haul anymore but still wants to stay with us, you want to do something for them, right?
Yeah, sure.
I really want to be helpful, and I want them to use that passion to give back to the whole company.
Right, yeah.
In that sense, if 5 or 10 people suddenly said they wanted to retire, I couldn't handle it, but
Absolutely true.
yeah. Well, I'm working while keeping the retirement age group in mind. Well, in terms of capacity, we're still quite short-staffed. The times are changing so rapidly, laws are being revised so quickly, and things are just getting more and more complicated.
You're short on back office staff besides drivers, aren't you? The number of people required is growing, and there's more and more that needs to be done.
That's right. We've been hiring various people and having them handle a wide range of different tasks.
In his case, he's moved into a new position based on his past experience, so I think he's learning new things with that foundational knowledge already in place. There's talk about getting certifications, right?
Operations manager.
Operations management.
However, most people who hold the operations manager certification are office staff.
Oh, they're office staff.
Either office staff, or since there are so many small and medium-sized enterprises out there, usually the president's wife holds it. That's just how it is.
Conversely, compared to those people, he also has experience working in the field.
And he really understands why it's significant and how strict the laws are becoming. Because he's young, he has a long future ahead of him, right?
Yes, still.
In short, he doesn't have the mindset of, as long as it's okay while I'm here, it's fine. He is like a sponge right now, and he has the desire to grow. So I think he's someone who can excel even in a completely different field.
I think that would actually be extremely helpful and beneficial for the company.
Yes. In the future, really, my right hand, my left hand. If he can become a manager who makes employees even happier than I do, then I'll leave it to him. We're not that different in age, so it's not much of a risk hedge, but if he can surpass me, that's better. Overall, employee happiness is what's most important.
You definitely need at least one person who can back you up if something happens to you.
Employees are important, their families are important, and our business partners and their families are important too. It affects so many people in significant ways. You really can't just let it end with, oh, that place is finished, if something happens to me.
And you have a huge number of business partners.
Yes, of course.
Please stay healthy.
Yes. Yes,
Thank you very much.
thank you. Ohe Transport is looking for drivers. Please check the recruitment site or corporate site in the description box, and if you're interested, we'd love for you to apply.